Hello and welcome back to Verita Retro. Last time we left off with something I don't really remember that well. Doppia has died after he took the flare from us after we gave it to him. But now let's do some see what to do. Missing miner. Don't know where Dulce is. How did they escape? Where did wounds come from? Oh, just getting the miner's plans. We received this information. Let's see the plans, the leader. Dulce will grab the location. Located in the hideout at C7. Escape. Stop. Only the water wheel to escape. I got a location here, but it doesn't say. How did the miner get out? What caused wounds on the miner's body? Where is this miner currently located? Well, I don't know exactly, but we have information that Dulce is somewhere to C3, C7, which is in there. So, I think we'll just have to stick with that then. Dulce is at C7. Though Dulce didn't manage to escape, and the footprints. What's going on? We identified there's 4 footprints, so one is Dulce then. Doppia's. No, they changed it to lost. Wow. Miner. We have Teresco at 3. Doppia was here, barefoot. Wait, that's odd. How did Barba walk towards here? And how did he escape? If we thought he would escape to a waterfall. One walked to the location to treasure. What's 4 doing? Let's see, 1 was left 3 weeks ago. So he died earlier, but 4 was made 6 weeks ago. Something's weird with 4 here. I know the location of the last missing miner. About 3 minutes, huh? Excuse me? I think a day apart.
いえ、お気になさらず。最後の甲府、つまりこの足跡の主を見つけたんですね。
Ah, pay me no heed. The last miner, in other words, the maker of the last set of footprints. Is it though? We haven't identified where 4 is. It's made by sneakers. 2 was by Tapia. 3 is Teresco. 1 is now Dulce. 4 is unknown. If it was Barba, he should have been up here. What's going on here at 4?
はい、その通りです。その足跡を見ると、道を進んでいた途中で突然ぷつりと途切れているのがわかります。
Yes, that's right. If you look at the footprints, they're suddenly cut off along the way.
そして、その原因が この日誌に書かれているんです。
The reason for that is written in this journal.
アジトですか？
Were you talking about the hideout?
はい。この廃校にはゴーフたちの宝を隠したアジトがあると書かれています。
Yes, the miners wrote about a hideout inside the mine where they hid their treasure.
そのアジトは鉱山の公式地図には載っていません。なので地図を頼りに道をたどっていたブリアンさんは
That
この
hideout
空間を
wasn't
見つ
shown
けら
on
れなかったんです。
that hideout wasn't shown on the mine's official map. That's why you weren't able to find it from looking at this map, Mr. Bryan.
なるほど。足跡が不自然に途切れていたのはそういうことでしたか。
I see. That's why the footprints are cut off in that unnatural way. Was it unnatural?
しかもこの日誌に記されたアジトの座標は
So the coordinate of the hideout described in the journal?
はい。最後に残された足跡のすぐそばにあります。
Yes, the very last print leads right up to it. Last print? Something's going on. Why aren't they ignoring 4? Unless I'm forgetting, but we identified 2, 3, 1, but not 4.
少し待っていてください。今すぐその辺りを調べてきます。
Wait just a bit longer. I'll go investigate the area.
先生、さっきから妙に静かですね。
Ma'am, you've been quiet for a while now. Oh,
そうですか？
oops, wrong
ちょっと
way.
疲れてるのかも。
What? I'm just a bit tired, that's all.
取り繕うための言い訳までいつもと違ってやけにまともね。
Your very
何
way
を
of
企んでるのかしら。
avoiding the subject sounds a bit more normal than usual. What are you scheming?
ブリアンさんが戻ってきました。
Ah, look, Brian's back.
見つけました。
I found it.
あったんですね。宝。
It was there, their treasure.
フレアです。同じロット番号であることも確認しました。
That's right. Fleur. I even checked to make sure the serial number was the same.
おお、やりましたね。
Oh, you did it!
ブリアンさん、最後のゴーフさんは
Mr. Brian, the last miner.
残念ながら僕が見つけた時にはすでに
Unfortunately, when I found him, he was already...
そうですか。
Right.
わか
I
りました。
understand.
レディータもそろそろ慣れてきた頃かしら。
You're slowly coming to terms with this, huh, Verita?
うるさい。
You talk too much.
遺体の胸部には針で刺されたような貫通傷が多数残っていました。それ
There
が
were
死因だ
signs
と
of
思います
multiple needle-like penetrations on his upper body, likely the cause of his death.
またあの傷か。一体どうして？
Again with these wounds, what exactly are they from?
あれこのフレア少し焦げてません？
Ah, doesn't this flare look a little scorched to you?
どうやら一度点火した後、急いで火を消したようです。損傷は少ないので、まだ摩擦による再点火は可能だと思いますが。
Oh, it looks like right after it was ignited, it was quickly extinguished. The scorch marks look small enough that we might be able to reignite it with some friction.
大丈夫でしょうか、先生。さっきバサーニオさんが再点火した時は。
You'll be okay, ma'am. Back when Mr. Vassanio tried to light it again.
これはほぼ原型を保っているので大丈夫だと思います。ただ持続時間は短くなるかもしれないですね。
This one seems to uphold its original form, so it should be okay. However, we should prepare ourselves for a shorter burn time.
ところでそもそもこれ
So-
どう使えばいいんでしょう？
How are we supposed to use this?
それは。
Well,
確かにそこが問題ですね。最初は単にスキルで水車を止めて出ればいいと思っていましたが、ダニエル・ドッピア氏が失敗している以上、それが正解だとは言い難い。
at first I thought that merely stopping the water with the skill. But seeing Daniel Doppio fail like that, it's hard to call that her answer there here.
一人でも無事に脱出できれば外部に助けを求められるの。
If just one person gets out, we can get help from the people outside.
一人だけなら出る方法はあります。
If we need just one person, there's gotta be a way out.
すでに僕たちはそれを成し遂げた人物を知っていますから。
After all, we already have evidence of someone doing just that.
ベティのお父さんのことですね。
You're talking about Betty's father.
その通りです。バルバ・ブッチフェーロ氏はここからの脱出に成功しています。
That's right. Barba Bucefero succeeded in escaping from here.
彼が脱出した方法を突き止められれば、僕たちのうち少なくとも一人はこ
If
こ
we
を
can
脱出
figure
で
out
きるで
his
しょう。
means of escape, we can get at least one of us out of here.
教科書通りの発想ね。悪くないわ。
A rather ordinary sort of thought process. It's not bad.
ジョシュさん、確かさっきの日誌に脱出計画のようなものが書いてありませんでした？
Ah, it's this girl. Did anyone note any sort of escape plan in the journal you found here?
そのメモを書いたのがブッチフェーロさんなら、その中に残された計画を使った可能性が高いかと。
If it was Mr. Bucefero who made these notes, he might have jotted down his plan to escape.
日誌に残っていた脱出計画。その中にベティのお父さんが使った方法があるなら。
If any of the escape plans in the journal were written by Betty's father. Got another deduction. How did he escape? You stop only the water wheel to escape. Safer to stop the waterfall too. I think I know.
ベティのお父さんがどうやってここを脱出
I
した
know
の
how
か。
Betty's father managed to escape.
この日誌には脱出計画らしき内容が3つ記されています。
In this journal, there are a total of 3 things that look like escape plans.
1つ目は鉱山の入り口から脱出すること。これは鉱夫たちがここに入る前に立てた計画だと思います。
The first says to escape through the entrance to the mine. That must have been what the miners planned before getting stuck inside.
でもご存知の通り鉱山の入り口が崩落してこの計画は実行できなくなりました。
As you all know though, the entrance to the mine collapsed, so that plan was rendered impossible.
そこでブッチ・ベイロさんとトリスコさんは各自で脱出計画を考えたんです。
So it looks like both Mr. Bucefero and Mr. Toresco came up with their own plans.
トリスコ氏の脱出計画は水車と滝の両方を止めること。
Toresco's plan was to stop both the water wheel and the waterfall, just like our initial idea.
でもそれは不可能です。
However, that's just not possible.
ダニエル・ドッピア氏もその方法を試したはずです。
Right, that's the method Daniel Doppia tried.
私見ちゃったんです。ドッピアさんが滝を抜けようとした時滝が岸壁みたいに固まっていたの。
I saw that myself. When Mr. Doppia tried to pass through the waterfall, it was hard as a rock.
なるほど。もしフレアのスキルが無条件の停止なら、停止した物体はいかなる形状変化を許容しないと。
Of course, if the skill of the flare stops everything unconditionally, it wouldn't allow any sort of change in the halted objects.
滝を止めるという行為がかえって壁を強固にしてしまった。
The act of stopping the waterfall actually hardened the entire surface.
つまり残された脱出法は一つ。ベティのお父さんブッチ・フェイロさんが提案したものです。
In other words, there's only one method of escape. That's the one Betty's father, Mr. Bucefero, suggested.
水車の動きだけを止めて脱出するということですか。
This one right here. Stop only the water wheel to escape.
停止スキルの影響を水車だけに限定できれば滝を影 液体のまま保つことができます。
If the stopping skill is limited to the water alone, then the water will remain in this liquid state.
多少危険でも水の中を通って脱出することができるはずです。
It's a bit dangerous, but it would allow someone to escape through the water.
しかしどうやって滝を止めずに水車だけを止めることを
But how are we supposed to stop the water wheel without stopping the waterfall?
それは
It says right here.
もうベリータってば視野が狭すぎよ。
No, Verita. Always so short-sighted, yeah?
よく見てみて。この脱出法の横にブッチフェーロさんの書いた注釈があるわ。
Look here, Verita. Next to this escape plan is a small notation he jotted down.
30メートル離れた場所で使用。
Use 30 meters away.
水車だけを止める方法よ。
This is how to stop the water wheel only.
使用ってフレアを使うってことだよね。でも30メートル、そんなに距離を取る理由って一
Hughes is
体
clearly talking about using the flare, but 30 meters? Why would he want to use that so far away?
フレアというステップの特性の中に距離を向けて使った時に意味を持つ何
Among the
かがある。
characteristics of the flare staff, is there something that brings meaning to the distance written here? Oh, oops. Thought it was the click. 30 to 50 meters.
そうか、最大射程距離だ。
Of course, it's maximum range.
射程距離ですか
It's range.
はい、このフレアは世界中の時を止めるわけじゃないんです。私がスキルを使った時、遠くの水音はちゃんと聞こえていました。
Right, the flares don't stop this entire world. After all, when I used that skill, I could still hear the far-off sounds of water.
なるほどステップから離れた場所にある水はステップの影響を受けなかったとい
Of
うこと
course,
です
so the water from the staff wasn't affected by its skill.
レティのお父さんもそれを分かっていたんです。だから30メートル離れた場所でステップを使おうとしたんですよ。
It seems like Betty's father figured that out too. That's why he wants to use this staff from 30 meters away.
30メートルというのはこのフレアの最大射程距離。
So this flare's maximum range is 30 meters. In other words,
滝は止めずに水車だけを止められる距離なんです。
that's the range you need to stop the water wheel without stopping the waterfall.
なるほど素晴らしい推理ですこれで脱出の糸口が見えましたね
Excellent. We found ourselves a clue to our escape.
ここを脱出した甲府ブッチフェーロ氏が残した脱出計画と実行に必要なステップの入手に成功しました
We've now successfully gotten our hands on Lucifero's escape plan. Only one that got a miner out of here. And that's the stuff that we need to fulfill it.
これで脱出の準備は整いましたただし問題なのは
With this, our escape preparations are complete. Our only problem
フレア
is
が1本しかないということですね
we only got a single flare.
脱出できるのは一人だけ。残りはここで救助を待たなきゃならない。
So only if one person can get out of here. The rest have to wait for rescue.
本音を言えば今すぐにでも外に出たい。私が使いたいって言ってもいいかな。
I bet they all feel the same way, but I want to get out of here. Can I tell them
で
that?
も私の方がこの人たちより生き残る価値もあると言え
Is
る
my
か。
survival worth more than theirs?
あの
So,
先生は我先に出たがるだろうし。
of course, Miss Fairing wants to get out.
このフレア3人で一緒に使えるかもしれません。
I think all three of us might be able to use this one flare. Excuse me?
どういうことかご説明をお願いできますか
Would you care to explain that?
その つまりさっきコウフさんがフレアを使った時、近くにいた助手さんも一部スキルの影響から外れてましたよね。
About that, when Mr. Miner used his flare before, it had a bit of effect on the assistant girl in his vicinity, you know?
そこで思ったんです。もっとぴったりフレアにくっついていれば2人や3人でもスキルの影響を受けずに動けるんじゃないかって。
So just think about it. If we were all to stick closer to the flare, we could get 2 or 3 people not stopped by the flare skill and able to move.
一理ありますね。ですが、それは危険です。
It's possible, but it's risky. Excuse me?
3人が密着した状態で、1人でもスキルの影響を受ければ、それ以外のものの動きまで妨げられる可能性が高いでしょう。
If all 3 of us got stuck together and one of us fell under the influence of the skill, that person would likely impede the movements of others.
それに、ステップも不完全な状態です。持続時間だって正確には分かりません。3人で脱出しようとして、むしろ誰も出られなくなる、なんてことになるかもしれません。
Since the stuff has been partially used, we can't know for sure how much time we have to escape. If the 3 of us try to escape together, there's a highly likelihood that none of us would get out.
それじゃあ
Then,
ですから、僕はここに残ります。
what?
小柄なお二人だけなら、密着しなくてもスキルの安全圏にとどまれる可能性が高い。僕は抜けるべきだと思います。
The 2 of you are small, so even without sticking close, there's a good chance of you being within range to be unaffected. It's only logical for me to be left out.
ブリアンさん、本当にそれでいいんですか？
Mr. Bryan, are you okay with that?
いや、本当にいいならこちらとしてもありがたいですけど。
If you are, thank you so much.
勘違いしないでください。僕はあなた方のために犠牲になるつもりで言ったわけじゃありません。むしろ、あなた方を利用しようとしています。
Don't take it the wrong way. I'm not looking to sacrifice myself for the 2 of you. In fact, I'm using you to my own devices.
僕たちが実行しようとしているのは、単に日誌からヒントを得たというだけの脱出法です。到底安全とは言えず、成功する保証もありません。
What we're aiming for is a mean of escape based on what we saw in that journal. We don't know if it's safe, and there's no guarantee of success.
だからこそ、あなたたち2人を送り出すんです。仮に1人が失敗しても、もう1人が脱出できれば、救助を要請することができますから。
That's why I'm sending both of you. Even if one of you fails to escape, the other can go get help, if you can manage to get out.
ですので、お二人にお願いします。無事に脱出できたら、僕を助け出してください。
However, I have a favor to ask of both of you. If you can get out safely, save me.
この人、本気で言ってるみたい。
This man is dead serious.
ちょっと意外ですね。前に会った時はもう少しジェントルで献身的な人って印象でしたけど。
Surprising, last time we met you were a bit more gentle, certainly more dedicated.
正直に言えば、今でもあなた方の力になりたいと思っています。それが僕の性分なので。
To be perfectly frank, I wish I could continue helping. But even now, after all, it's in my nature to do so.
ですが、今の僕には任務があります。務めを果たし無事に故郷へ帰るまでは、本来の姿は封じることにしているのです。
However, I have my mission now, so until I complete it and return to my home safely, I have to set aside my nature.
それが、故郷で僕を待つパートナーとの約束ですから。
That was a promise I made to my partner back home.
パート
Your partner?
ナー、その人は大切な人なんですか？
Is that person precious to you?
ええ。自分の命よりも。
More precious than life itself.
この人にはどんなに離れていてもつながっている人がいる。
And he's connected to someone no matter how much distance comes between them.
だからこんな風に堂々と言えるんだ。助けてくれって。
That's why you can say those words so blatantly. Save me. Envy him.
羨ましい。
ではよろしくお願いします。
So I'm counting on you.
準備完了です。助手さん、行きましょう。
I'm ready, yes, as a girl. Let's do this.
わかりました。じゃあ行きますよ。
Alright, then let's do it.
天下、
Let's light this candle. Let's light this candle.
よし、体が動く。
Good, I can move my
私も動
body.
けます。早く行きましょう、助手さん。
It worked on me too. Let's be quick, as a girl.
はい。
Right.
滝の音は聞こえてるし、水車も止まってる。
I can hear the sound of the waterfall.
これで出られる。
But the water wheel isn't moving. We can do this. We can get out.
ちょっと待って、ベリータ。
Stop, Verita.
ベーロ、
Pharaoh?
何言ってるの。時間ないんだからどいてよ。今出れば。
What do you mean, stop? We got no time, so get out of the way. If we can get out of here.
助手さん、
Assistant girl.
左足が
I
いません。
can't move my left foot.
先
Ma'am.
生、助手さん、
Assistant
私
girl.
のこと
Go.
置いていかないでください。
Go on without me.
お姉ちゃんと少しお話ししましょ
Can Big Sis say something first? Vero seems to have something to say. Unless I probably should save there.
う。ちなみに2人だけで話しているときは時間は流れないから大丈夫よ。
From your info, as long as it's just the two of us doing the talking, time won't keep moving, so you'll be fine.
というより時間そのものがないとでも言うべきかしら。脳の錯覚のようなものだと思ってくれればいいわ。
Ah, did you say we didn't have time? Well then, I'll appreciate if you consider this hallucination deep inside your brain.
どうしたらいいの。
What should I do?
ねえ、どうしたらいいのよ、ベーロ。先生が。
What should I do? Vero? Miss Vering?
何もしなくていいの。
You don't need to do a thing.
ベリータはもう何もしなくていいの。
Verita, you don't need to do anything anymore.
走る必要もないし、ベリンさんを助ける必要もないわ。
You don't need to run, and you don't need to help Miss Vering.
立ち止まってただぼーっと立ち尽くしてればいいのよ。それでいいの。
Since you stopped right now, Verita, all you need to do is stand and stare. That's it.
ベリート、あのフレアについて少し話をさせて。
Verita, let's talk about the flares for 1 minute.
バサーニオさんの言っていた通り、あれは時間停止のスキルじゃない。そういう概念だと思っちゃダメだったの。
As Mr. Vassinio said, their skill is not stopping time. You can't focus on that concept.
あのステップのスキルは範囲内のものを静止させること。
It only brings objects within its range to a halt.
外部からの力はもちろん、重力さえもね。静止したものにはいかなる力も影響を与えられないのよ。
That affects all external forces, even gravity. Those sort of things don't affect the stop objects.
人も滝も水車も
That goes for people, waterfalls, and water wheels.
ごく微細な飛沫でさえ空中で固定されてしまうの。
Even if affects the smallest drops of water splash up from the waterfall that are suspended in midair.
だからベリータもここで少し止まってみない？今日は大変なことばかりで
So,
疲れたでしょ？
how about you stop for a minute too? You've been through a lot today, no?
どういうこと？
What?
ちょっと難しかったかしら。でも大丈夫よ。インタビュー記事みたいにまとめておいたから。
Hard to wrap your head around,
こう
yeah?
いうの好きでしょ？
Don't worry, I wrote it down onto an interview document for you. You like that sort of stuff too, huh, Verita?
ふざけないでよ。何もしなくていいなんて、そんなわけないでしょ。
Stop joking around, saying I don't have a thing. There's no way that's an okay thing to do.
私はここを出なきゃいけないの。外に出て先生やブリアンさんを助けないと。
I have to get out of here. I have to go get out and find help from Miss Varing and Mr. Bryan.
またそんなこと言って。どうしてお姉ちゃんに嘘をつくの？
There you go again, Verita. Why do you think Big Sis would lie to you?
その人たちの安全なんて本当はどうでもいいくせに。
Honestly, I don't care about the livelihood of those two.
自分さえ助かればいいんでしょ？
You just want to keep on living, no?
違う。私はただ客観的に正しいと思う選択をしてるだけ。
I just want to make the reasonable choice here.
そうかしら。でもよく聞いて、ベリータ。
Is that right? Then listen to me, Verita.
ベリンさん、あんなに行きたいって懇願してるじゃない。
Miss Varing will probably plead to you about her wanting to keep on living too.
助手さん、私ここに閉じ込められるのは嫌です。
As this girl, I don't want to be trapped down here.
時間が再び。
Time started back up again.
崩れた洞窟に押しつぶされるなんて怖くてたまりません。だから見捨てないでください。
I'm scared of being trapped into a collapsed mine. So please, leave me, please.
先生、今は私。
Am I,
お願いです。急いで脱出して救助を呼んできてください。
Alright, get out here so you can get help.
何を言ってるの？
What is she going on about?
早く。助手さんなら私がいなくてもできますよ。
Quick, if you were talking about assistant girl, you could do this without me.
怖いでしょうけど、目をしっかりつむって進んでいけば、
I bet you're scared. But close your eyes and go.
少なくとも何かは変わるはずです。
Something's bound to change.
ベリータ、あのバカ商人の言うことは聞いちゃダメ。
Verita,
言ってはダメよ。
don't listen to that idiot merchant. You can't go.
バカだよ。
She's right. You're an idiot, ma'am.
あんなこと言われたら
Hearing you say that, I can't just
置い
leave
て
you.
なんていけない。
いい子ね。
What a kind girl.
助手さん、何してるんですか。早く行ってください。
I says, girl, why are you just standing there? Go now.
いけませんよ。先生をここに置いてなんて。
I can't go. I can't leave you.
そうよ、ベリータ。それでこそ
Yes,
私の
Verita.
妹だわ。
That's my Verita.
自分を犠牲にして他人を救うほど善良じゃない。でも他人を捨てていけるほど強くもない。
Not quite good-natured enough to sacrifice yourself to save others, but not strong-willed enough to abandon them either.
進むことも戻ることもできず、その場に立ち尽くす。
In the end, she can't move. She can't go back. She's just stalled there.
でも今はそれでいい。
But that's all she needs to do. That's good enough. Because I think what's going on here is because since the radius 30 meters, it's only standing still. Everything around it can go and help. So people from outside could come in.
この音は。
What's that sound?
さっき説明したでしょ、ベリータ。
I explained to you already, Verita.
外部からの力はもちろん、重力さえもね。静止したものにはいかなる力も影響を与えられないのよ。でも
Ordinary external
加えられ
forces.
た力はどこへ行くんだと思う？
Even gravity don't affect halted objects. So where does all that force go?
消える？そんなことない。この世界では一度加えられた力が
Or
消
maybe
える
it's
ことなんて
maybe it's talking about the cave itself. What's going on? Maybe something else is going on. Does it just disappear? That can't be right. There's no force once you apply to an object, it simply vanishes.
蓄積されるのよ。力は蓄積しているわ。
It's building. All the forces are building on themselves, Verita.
最初にフレアを使った時、ベリータは静止していたベリンさんを押したわよね。スキルが解除された瞬間、ベリンさんは約10秒分の蓄積された力を一気に受けて
When
弾
you
き飛ば
first
す。
use that flare, you pushed Miss Fairing, yeah? And then when the skill lifted, Miss Fairing received those 10 seconds of applied force all at once and was thrown aside.
さあ、どうなると思う？今この瞬間も半分だけ静止したまま滝の強い水流を受け続けて。
So what that means for us, even at this very moment, we sit here half stopped. The thing is with us. That thing is withstanding the powerful stream of water pounding onto it.
約1分間回転できないまま力を溜め込んだ巨大な水車はスキルが解けた瞬間に
Since it hasn't rotated for about a minute now, the force is amassing on that huge water wheel. So when the skill lifts,
ん？
you see,
どうなるかしら。
Verita, what do you think is going to happen? You see, Verita?
まさか
No way.
そろそろ時間ね。
No. It's time to see.
3、
3, 2,
1、
1,
0。
0.
この音は。
Oh, what's that sound?
二人ともどうしてまだそこに？
What are you still doing here? Well,
もう動く必要はありません。それから止める必要もありません。
we didn't need to go. And now, we don't have to stay.
水車が壊れたんです。
The water wheel, it busted up. The quest clear, escape from the abandoned mine. Smell the world, escape the cave. Where's Mr. Vasanil?
光が強すぎます、ジョシュさん。私の目になってください。
My eyes, my eyes! The light's blinding! Us as a girl, please be my eyes.
引っ張らないでください。私まで沈んじゃいますって。
Stop pulling me. You're gonna drown me alongside you.
ほら、私の手をつかみなさい。
Here, take my hat.
ありがとうございます。
Oh, there we
どういたしまして。
go. No need for thanks.
ジョシュさん、どうして急に。
Us as a girl, why are you sudden? Ah, a ghost!
そんな反応をされると少し。
Oh, that's quite a hurtful
二
response.
人とも無事で何よりだ。
So it's good to see the two of you are safe.
バサーニオさん、生きてたんですか？
Mr. Vasanil, you're alive.
ありえない。バサーニオさんがトピアさんと同じ位置でフレアを使ったのに。
That can't be. Mr. Vasanil used the flare right where Mr. Doppia used
あ
his.
あ、少しは危ない思いをしたからね。
Honestly, it was quite treacherous.
どうやら私のフレアは不良品なんだらしい。滝へ飛び込む直前に。
I think my flare was defective. Right before I was about to throw myself at the waterfall, the flame went out.
水車の流れに巻き込まれて気を失ったようだ。目を開けたらこの岸辺に流れ着いていたというわけだ。
I was caught up in that current of the water wheel and passed out.
ついていないにも程があるだろう。
Then, when I opened my eyes, I was at shore. Quite the lucky break, yeah?
この人運だけはいいのね。
How could a man be so lucky?
この音は
What's that sound?
脱出してすぐに救助隊を呼んでおいたから到着したんだよ。
Seems like the rescue party has arrived. I called them right after I escaped.
内部で待っていても救助が来ただろう。待ちきれずに自ら出てくるとは。
You had just stayed where you were.
さすがお嬢さんだな。
They would have come out to your rescue. As expected from the little miss, though. She simply couldn't stand being there and escaped. Right.
なんだか今までと雰囲気が。
For some reason, this man seems different.
バサーニョさん、本当に大丈夫ですか？
Mr. Vasinio, are you okay?
ああ、大丈夫さ。
Oh, I'm fine.
今回は本当に骨が折れただろうが、この苦労は決して無駄にならないはずだ。ステップは私が高値で買い取るから。
You've been through the ringer this time, so you reap the proper reward. I'll buy that sap at a higher price, don't you worry.
それと
Also,
話したいことがあるから。今夜レトロショップに買おう。
I have something to say to you, so I'll stop by Shop Retro around dinner time.
はい。
Alright, sir.
今回のステップ、脱出のために全部使っちゃったんだけど。
But all the stuff we had, used to escape.
なんで私、あんな危ない場所に入っちゃったんだろ
Why did I put myself in such
そ
danger?
れでも収穫はあったはずです。
Still, it paid off.
う。ブリアンさん、無事に出てこれたみたいですね。
Ah, Mr. Bryant, you got out of there.
ええ、ついでにこれも拾ってきました。
Yes, and I brought someone with me.
助手さん、私はスクーターのところに行ってますね。
Susie girl, I'll be on the scooter.
ベリータレトロ、あなたは友人に頼まれてここへ来たのではないですか？
It did pay off. Verita Retro, you came here at your friend's request, right?
そうだ。私はベティに頼まれて、行方不明の夫婦たちを探しに。
Right, I accepted Betty's favor and found all the missing miners.
でも、見つけた夫婦たちは全員。
But all the miners I found are...
もちろん、あなたの友人が望んだ結末ではないでしょう。
True, it's not gonna be the answer your friend wanted precisely.
きっと落胆するでしょうね。涙を流すかもしれません。
She'll be disappointed. There may be tears.
しかし、真実を伝えなければ、待っている人は落胆することも、涙を流すこともできません。
If you tell her the truth, she wouldn't have the chance for either tears or disappointment.
悲しむこともできないまま、ただ立ち止まることしか
She'll
できない
just be stalled
しまうんです。
Unable to mourn.
立ち止まることしかできない。
Just stall there.
ここの後始末は僕が引き受けますから、あなたはお友達に知らせに行ってください。
I'll take care of wrapping things up
友
here.
人であるあなたからの報告を待っているはずです。
You head back and pass the news along to your friend. She wants to hear it from you.
はい。私はベティの友達ですから。
Right, because I'm her friend.
あ、ブリアンさん。そういえば、私に用があってレトロショップへ来たんじゃないんですか？
And Mr. Brian, thinking back, didn't you come to the shop before you? Because you had business with me.
ああ、そのことについてはもう大丈夫です。
Oh, that's fine now.
今日はいろいろありましたし、また後日改めて伺います。
We've been through a lot today, so we can wait for later.
今日は本当にお疲れ様でした。ベリータレトロ。
You did well today, Verita Retro.
あなたが僕たちを助けてくれました。
You saved my life.
廃校に入ったのは決して無意味じゃなかった。
Then it wasn't without meaning. I should tell Betty the
ベテ
truth.
ィの家へ行って全部終わらせよう。
I'll head back to her house and wrap things up. Well, I think I'll still be able to deduce something. Testimony from Vero is a bit suspicious, huh? Because we have one missing information here. What caused the wounds on the miner's body? The skill's not stopping time. Objects in the terrain to a halt. Can't be affected. People were for water wheels. It brings objects within its range to a halt. About the flares, Verita Retro. Vero. The time-stopping skills. Can't be affected. People. Water drops. No. How about pause? The time-stopping skills. No. Stopping objects, but that doesn't really make sense, does it? Why were we giving that interview? Can't be affected, doesn't really say anything. I don't want to really. I might have to try everything, but it probably won't work. What caused the wounds? It's gotta be the time skill. The flare. Missing miners. It's not really a hint there either. Fresco and Dawes. Why did Dawes have the same wounds? It's gotta be. It has to be the flare. But I don't know where information gives us the flare. Separated, unable to meet Fresco's boots. Stationary water droplets. That doesn't work. Oh. What? What?
Vero.
What happened? Why did the stationary water droplets? Splash from the water are suspended in mid-air. Why do they cause the wounds? Vera.
どうしたのベリータ？もうお姉ちゃんのことが恋しくなった？
What is it, Verita? Did you miss your big
さっ
sis?
き廃校の中で動くなって言ったでしょ。
Are you telling me to stay still back in that abandoned mine?
もしかして私を守ろうとしてくれたの？
Were you perhaps looking out for me?
もうどうしてそう思うの？
Oh my, why would you think that?
言ってたでしょ。私は自分で思ってるよりもたくさんのことを見て
You said so yourself. I've seen,
忘
heard,
れてる。
said, and forgotten more than I think.
確かにその通りだと思う。
I think you're right about that.
だからベーロの言葉に集中してみることにしたの。
So I decided to focus on what you're saying, Vera.
まさかベリータが私に関心を向けてくれる日が来るなんて。
I had no idea you were so interested in your big
あの
sis.
ステップのスキルは範囲内のものを静止させること。
That staff skill was to stop anything in its
人も
range.
滝も水車も。
That included people, that waterfall, and the water wheel.
それからごく微細な飛沫でさえも空中で固定されてしまうって言ってたよね。
And it affected the smallest drops of water that was suspended midair. Splash up from the waterfall, you said that right.
ベーロ、あの時どうして飛沫なんて言葉を使ったの？
Why would you mention a bunch of water droplets, Vera? Why would you be fixated on something like drops of water? Is it because the drops of water in midair, the person's still big enough, so the attempts to walk through, they had to bump into the suspended droplets of water, but it's halted, so they had to force themselves through?
もしかしてその飛沫こそが甲府たちを傷つけた凶器だからじゃない？
That talk about water droplets. They were lethal weapons that injured those miners.
ベリータったら面白いことを言うのね。飛沫が凶器になるだなんて。
Oh my, our little Verita is saying such titillating remarks. Water droplets being weapons?
普通の水滴ならありえないことだって分かってる。でもフレアのスキルによって飛
That's
沫は
not
空中
possible
に固
for
定され
any
ていたでしょ。
ordinary water droplets. Those are water droplets suspended in the air by that flare skill.
目に見えないほど小さな粒が空中で無数に固定されていた。
You wouldn't see those tiny droplets with the naked eye, but there would be so many fixed in a spray.
あの飛沫はスキルが解除されるまで固
They
定
would
されたまま
stay exactly where they were until the skill lifted.
フレアを使った人間の体は違う。
But the human body using that skill is different. It's soft, fragile,
空中に固定された無数の粒子、そして無防備な人体。 それら
an
が
uncountable spray of fixed droplets in ordinary human flesh. If those two things were to meet, what would happen?
ベーロ、答えて。どうなると思うの？
Vero, tell me, what would have happened?
これが原因でドッピアさんは針で刺されたような傷を負ったの。
That's
メティの
why.
お父さんも同じよ。
That's why Mr. Doppia got all those injuries that look like he was jabbed with needles. Same goes for Betty's father, and
それから
it happened to me too.
それは飛沫というより土ぼこりか何かの粒子で切れたんだと思うわ。
I did say there was one less.
私がしていたから。
There was one less from a water droplet and more like a cut from a particularly large speck of dust. That's why I kept you from going towards that waterfall.
レロ、最後のフレアを使った時、私が水車の方へ走っていくのを止めたのはこれが理由だったんでしょう。
Is that why you stopped me from running towards that water wheel during the last
私
flare?
を守ろうとしたなら、どうしてあの脱出方法が間違ってるって教えてくれな
Why
かった
didn't you
の？
tell me my escape plan was flawed? Aren't you trying to protect me?
愛しのベリー
Oh,
タ、お姉ち
Verita
ゃんに見えるわ。
Retro.
このことを知ればあなたは不幸になるって。
The things Big Sis sees contain information that will make you quite unhappy.
あ
Well,
でももう遅いわ。気づいてしまったんだわ。ついさっきあなたが自分で言ってしまったでしょ。
but it's alright, too late. You already found out. It slipped between your lips just a second
僕
ago.
たちを襲った狂気の正体、今目の前に矛盾した真実。
The identity of the weapon inflicting those wounds on the miners contradicts with the truth we now know. The retro dark side.
そう、
Indeed.
ただの悲劇的な脱出劇に見えたこの物語は
The simple tragedy surrounding their escape has its own dark side. Find the contradiction in the miner's escape method. Retro. The water droplets. Since they were there, what caused? The exit plan. Dawes' current location wasn't there. He was at the waterfall, wasn't he? He was at the waterfall. Oh. It did say Dawes had those injuries, right? No? Okay, what caused? How did the mire get out? The waterfall, the lake, stop the water wheel. The wounds is caused by this. Exit the mine's escape. What's the contradiction in the escape plan? Either the location of one of the miners is wrong, or wait, now though that anything that was halted, connecting to outside. I mean, this looks fine. He stopped the water wheel and got injured. So it has to be there was some miners. entrance because he tried to escape before it collapsed? No, no, no. The identity of the weapon that inflicted those wounds on the miner contradicts the truth we now know. He just jabbed off the needle, said it was Benny's father, and I suppose that happened to me too. This was fixed. It became like this, and it went here. That's the timeline of the boots. Exit the miner used to escape is the waterfall. So it can't be this because this was red in blood. If one of these was wrong, it would contradict a lot of stuff. This had to be used for this for the boots, so that's not. It's either one of these, either the location. Bose's current location was on C7, and then Brian said they found it there. Teresco's current location is E1, and they found it there. So it's not the missing miner. It's a miner who got out. So if this was caused by the stationary water droplets, the miner managed to get out. So there's gotta be something with this. What did the miner use to escape? What exit? It exited the waterfall. Where did it get the information for waterfall again? Where did you get the information for waterfall? Mine entrance. Trigger, max range. stop the water wheel and waterfall? They only stop the water wheel. No, that's here. That's not right. Did the miner exit at the mine's entrance? I'm so confused. It's gotta be this, right? The wounds. Our new information is that we found the wounds from the water droplets. They didn't stop the water road. They had to stop the water. Precautions. Very dangerous in places with many thick particles in the air. That's new. It was not from the water droplets, it was from the dust in the caves. Wait, then that would have been... The water wheel stopped, exit plan, search plan, entry. I'm gonna use the hint. These documents. What? What's going on? The wounds was not from this, it was from stopping objects, but it doesn't. These two documents, time stopping skills. From people, waterfall, and water wheels? Okay, I'm grasping at straws. I wouldn't have gotten this. Can't be affected. It's time stopping skills. Got retro. About the flares, none of that. Time stopping skills. Stopping objects. Can't be affected. People, waterfall, water wheels. The water droplets. Pause. Another information ad. What? Time stopping the skills. Stopping objects. Okay, well, let's review the information. They were talking about the water droplets. They became sharp. Well, not sharp because people had to walk through the stopped water particles in the air. So, what contradicts that now that we know that? What exit did they use to escape? This doesn't say how to escape. Connect to the outside. We just got this. The means of escape. Pause, it doesn't make sense. The means of escape. Stationary water droplets. People, waterfall, water wheels can't be affected. Stopping objects. Thinking of like it should be changing this, but we just got this information. Stationary water droplets. It doesn't say what does it connect to outside. That's out. What exit to use to escape the water? Try this out. I'm going in circles. Can't be that. How did the miner manage to get out with the stationary water droplets? Oh. Yeah.
ベティのお父さんが考えた脱出方法は間
The
違っ
escape
てい
plan
た。
devised by Betty's father. It was flawed. Because how would he get out because there's so many droplets?
水車だけを止めて水の中へ脱出する。もし実際にやっていたら固定された水滴が刺さって
If you actually
体は
tried
大変な
stopping
ことになっていただろう。
only the water wheel and going through the water, there'd be nothing left holding your body together after it was pierced by countless fixed
私た
droplets.
ちが抜け出せたのは水車が壊れたから。でも私たちが入るまで水車は無傷だった。
They only managed to escape because the water wheel broke, but the water wheel was totally fine the moment we arrived.
ベティのお父さんは水車を壊していない。なら一体どう
Betty's
やって
father
脱出したんだろ
didn't wreck the water wheel. So how in the world did he manage to escape?
う。日誌に書かれていた他の計画だって成功する見込みはなかったはず。
The plans written down in the journal, none of them went to fruition.
当然よ、ベリータ。そもそもその日誌にある脱出計画は最初から全部使い物にならないアイディアだもの。
That's a given, Verita. The escape plans in the journal were all a sham.
じゃあブッチフェイロさんはどうやって脱出したの？
What then? How did Mr. Bucifero get out there?
ヒントをあげたいけど、その質問には答えられないわ。なぜなら、質問が間違っているからよ。
Your big sis wants to help you, Verita, but I can't answer the question. After all, the question itself is wrong.
質問が間違っている。
My question is wrong?
ベリータ、ブリアンさんが作ってくれた痕跡地図、すごく役に立つと思わない？
Verita, didn't the tradesman, Mr. Brine, create a turnabout out to be quite useful?
いきなり何の話？
Where's this coming from now?
廃校内には全部で4種類の足跡があったわよね。その足跡の持ち主が誰か
On the
ちゃ
map,
んとわかってる？
we saw a total of 4 sets of footprints now. Would you, by any chance, know something who might the 4th setup belong to? See, that's what I was trying to answer. Okay, but not for the previous question, but the 4th one is up in
も
question.
ちろんそれを突き止めたから脱出できたんでしょ。
The person who figured it out and
本
escaped.
当に？それならどうして今になって矛盾が生まれるのかしら。
You think that's it? So why do we have only a contradiction now?
よく考えなさい、ベリータ。
Think carefully,
痕
Verita.
跡地図に残った足跡、それが示す
The footprints left on this
意
tradesman.
味よ。
What meaning do they carry? It's from Barba. I suppose this is where you get the names. The sneakers, the barefoot ones is meant for Doppio. Daniel Doppio. The boot was from Torresco. Dos was from here. And then Barba Lucifero. What? Oh, did I mix them around? It was from Beatrix. No. Prince D was. From 1. Wait, you're saying that. Saying that this wasn't Barba, but it was Torresco. What in the world's going on? Torresco. Barba. Oh, Torresco's there. What am I doing? It's the name I forgot. It was Dos. Dos was footprint T. A was here. D was Dos. What's going on? Well, that was from the process of elimination. How would I have known that it was Barba at that spot? Oh, because the escape plan was a sham. So Dos was not at C7. He was at the entrance.
わかったのね。さすが私のベリータだわ。
You see now? Of course you do, my little Verita.
ふざけないでよ。
You can't be serious, Pharaoh. I don't know if I said it, but I had an inkling that one of the twists would be that Barba was not actually at their house, but someone else.
れが正
I
解。
don't think I have said it before, but
そんなはず
I have no proof for
ない。
that. That's my answer. It can't be. It can't.
どうしてないと言い切れるの？
Why can't it?
あなたが言ったんじゃない。ブッチフェイロさんの考えた脱出法は不可能だったって。
You said it
なら
yourself. There's
こう
no
考
way
えるのが
Mr.
自然じゃないかしら。
There's no way Mr. Bucifero's plan worked. So isn't it perfectly natural to think it that way?
ブッチフェイロさんは
Bucifero,
脱出できてい
he
な
couldn't escape.
じゃあ最後のフレアを持っていた遺体は
It's the last corpse with a flare on it.
ここからは単なる推測に過ぎないけれど、
Now we arrive at the land of
お
inference.
そらくブッチフェイロさんは水車を止めて滝から出る計画を実行したのよ。
Mr. Bucifero did actually plan to stop the Wario and then make his escape. Because he did, he got the wounds, but he wasn't able to escape, so he came back. Oh, I see. He came back because what I thought Dose went to the waterfall was actually Barba. He went to the waterfall, came back, saw it was flawed, tried to escape. Because Dose was the one who wrote it down.
その途中で固定された水滴か土ぼこりで胸部をひどく負傷した。
That's when the droplets and specks of
即死
dust
するほどではなかった。
caused irreparable damage to the man's torso. But it wasn't enough to kill him.
だからフレアの火を消してアジトへ戻ったのよ。他の仲間がそのフレアを使えるよう
So
に。
he put out the flare and returned to the hideout. He wanted there to still be a chance for his coworkers to use it to escape.
最後に見つかったフレアに使用された
That's why the last flare he found showed signs of use.
そしてそのおかげであなたたちは水車を壊して脱出できた。
Thanks to that
彼が
one,
残した意志に感謝するべきね。
thanks to that one, Verita, you were able to break the war wheel and escape. So you should be thankful. Can we say his will to press forward that helped?
バサーミオさんが救助隊を呼んでいたから、いずれにせよすぐに脱出できたとは思うけど、でもそれを言ってしまったらブッチフェイロさんの死が報われないわね。
Mr. Vassanios already called the rescue team, so you would got out there soon anyway. However, that would have made Mr. Bucifero's death meaningless, so we'll forget that part.
最悪。
You're the worst, Pharaoh.
あんたのことが嫌いなのは
That's why I hate you.
どうしてそういう話をするときだけ嬉しそうに喋るの？何がそんなに楽しいのよ。
Why do you always sound excited at times like these? Most times you don't care at all. Is this fun to you?
ベリータ、本当に面白いのはここからよ。
Oh, Verita, the real fun starts now. What?
あなたは鉱山で3人の候補の亡骸を見た。でもそのうち1人の正体は予想に反してベティのお父さんだった。
You headed into the mine and witnessed the end of 3 miners, but one of those was unexpectedly Betty's father.
つまり中に入った4人の候補の1人は思っていたのと別の場所にいるってことよね。
So one of the miners we found ended up in a different place than we thought, no?
ベリータ、本当は気づいているんでしょ。その人の足跡は廃校の入り口付近にしか残っていなかった。それが何を意味するか。
Verita, you already figured out the truth, haven't you? Only his footprints were close to the entrance of the mine. Do you know what that
行
means?
方不明とされた3人のうちの1人、実は行方不明ではなかった候補の
One of the 3 miners said to be missing isn't missing at all. Toast, what have you
本当
done?
に居場所を
That relates to his true location. Dose at Beatrix House. The Deuce. Dose's location was not at C7. His location is at the Bucifero residence. Just make sure I'll quick save. Betty's house.
エディがお父さんだと思って看病している相手は
Betty, the person she thinks she's caring for.
セザーレ
It's actually
ドック
Cesar Dos. Excuse me?
助手さんどうして突然彼の名前を
This is a girl. Where's that name coming from?
言ってしまったのね、ベリータ。
You put it out there, Verita.
口にしてしまったら、もう後戻りはできないわ。
You said it, so there's no coming back.
裏側の名前を口にしてしまったら、もう戻れないわよ。
Once you speak the name hidden in the dark unknowns, you can't take it back.
思い出しなさい、ベリータ。最初から裏返っていた。
It's time to remember, Verita. It's been upside down from the very start.
ねじれた過去のこと。
This twisted past. Restory, recount. Retro. The dark side. Probably it was those who was able to escape through the mine entrance. On June 15th, the miners met at the mine entrance to retrieve their hidden flares. However, the mine entrance collapsed, trapping the miners in the abandoned mine. The only person who managed to escape and escape the abandoned mine was Cesar Dos. Cesar Dos was able to escape through the mine entrance. Oh yeah, because okay, so the mine entrance, flares. It's only the retro. Dos. He was able to escape through the mine entrance. Wasn't the waterfall, it was a mine entrance. Wait, but then how did they escape? Head to the there were 3 retros. He did not go to the Bucifero. He went to the bank, huh? Wow. That's the reason why bank was an option.
覆
we turn this on its head?
まさか
No, it can't
ま
be.
さか
そうよベリータ。本当は善良な被害者なんてどこにも
Yes,
存在しないの。
There's no such thing as an inherently good victim.
それが裏側よ。
This is the dark side.
今すぐベティのところへ行かなきゃ。
We got to get to Betty now.
助手さん、さっきから何をぼーっとしてるんですか？
Assistant girl, what have you been doing with that blank look on your face?
先生
Oh. What
どう
is
したん
it?
ですか？引かなきゃいけないんです。今すぐにベティのところへ
You gotta go.
急いでください。
You gotta get to Betty quickly. We bring Fastenio and Brian along.
助手さん、ちょっと待って。
Excuse me, Assistant girl, hold up.
ベティはどこ？
Betty, where are you?
お父さん、少しだけ我慢して。
Daddy, please hold on a bit more.
ベティ、今すぐそこを離れて。
Betty, get out there now.
ベリータ、どうして戻ってきたの？
Verita, you're back.
どうしたの突然。なんかあなたらしくないじゃない。
What's going on? This isn't like you.
部屋にいるその人から離れて。
Get away from
あな
that
たの
person in the
隣
room.
にいるその人は
That thing next to you.
あなたのお父さんを殺した犯
It's
人
the
な
thing
の。
that killed your father. Excuse me?
今の
This is a girl? What'd you say?
ベリータ、
Verita.
ベティ。
Betty, so,
話してベリー
speak, Verita.
タ。大丈
I'm
夫だか
listening.
ら。どうしてそんなこと言うのか。
Why did you say all that?
分かったわ。ベティ、話すから。
Alright, Betty, I'll say it. Let me tell you the full story.
すべてを。1年前、鉱山が閉鎖される前に、4人の甲府がとあるステップを見つけたの。
1 year ago, before the mine was closed and abandoned,
フレアというものだった。
4 miners happened upon the staff. It was a bunch of flares that could stop objects around
で
them.
もそのフレアは鉱山の所有物で、しかもその甲府たち以外にもステップの存在に気づいた人がいた。
However,
そのスキルには静止させられる距離の限界があったから目撃者が
however,
出
the
た。
flares were property of the mine. Others beside the group of miners were aware of the staff. The staff skill was limited to stopping objects at a certain distance, so there were witnesses.
それで甲府たちはフレアを廃坑の中に隠して騒ぎが収まるのを
That's why miners hid those flares somewhere within the abandoned mine and waited things to calm down.
そして6月15日彼らは動き出した。隠しておいたフレアを回収するために
Then, the miners made their move on June 15th. June 15th, they gathered at the abandoned mine to retrieve their hidden flares.
フレアは全部で5本。1人1本ずつ手にする約束だった。
They grabbed the 5 flares, leaving
完
one.
全に本物であることを
leaving
示
one
す
for
ため
each
の
of them.
実演用だった。
The last one was prove the skill to the buyer.
でも一人だけ別の計画を立てていた。
However, one of the miners had a different plan.
その人物はフレアを4本持ち出して一人だけ先に鉱山を抜け出した。
That person grabbed 4 flares himself and made his way out first. Then,
わざと出入り口を崩落させたの。
he
フレアを
intentionally
独り占めし
collapsed.
て邪魔者を消すために。
He intentionally collapsed the entrance to the mine. His intention was to take the flares for himself and get rid of the others who knew about them.
そして脱出した後、その人は身を隠してひたすら待った。三和型銀行の現金輸送の日を。
He made his escape and hid away, waiting. He waited until St. Agatha Bank was going to move its cash money.
警備は厳重だったけど、そんなことは関係なかった。 全てを静止させるステップを持っていたし、その存在を知る者は外の世界にはいなかったから。
Security was tight, but that wasn't a problem for the miner. After all, he had a staff that could stop everything around him, and no one else of that mine knew of its existence.
そして6月20日、現金輸送の当日、
Before
その
long,
甲府はステップを手に銀行へ向かった。
before long, it was June 20th, the day of the bank's cash shipment. So he took his staff and headed to the bank. Oh, but then it rained, so he had to go through it. It rained that day, so he went to Beatrix's house.
そして同じ日に
On that same day,
ベティ、
Betty,
あなたは家の前で顔も判別できないほど全身にひどい傷を負った男を発
you
見した。
found a man in front of your house so sliced up over his body that you couldn't recognize him.
ヘルメットはかぶっていたけれど、その人物はあなたのお父さんじゃなかっ
He
た。
was wearing a miner's safety helmet, but that was not your father.
自分の野心のため仲間を地獄へ突き落とした男。
He's a
セ
man
ザーレ・ドッグだったの。
is a man that, due to his own greed, wanted his co-workers dead. Cesar
やっ
Dos.
ぱり
Why are you smiling like that? Of course. Huh?
メリータ、それじゃあお父さんはまだ廃校の中にいるの？
And Verita, my father, is he still in that abandoned mine?
そういうことね。だから行方不明の候補を探すって条件だったんだわ。
I see. That's why you asked for that favor about finding the missing miners.
待って、ベティ、まさか知ってたの？
Wait, Betty, you mean you expected this?
看病しているのが自分のお父さんじゃないかもしれないと思って行方不明の候補を探すよう私たちに頼んだってこと。
You suspected the man in your bed was not your father, and asked us to search out the missing miners?
確信はなかったの。ただもしかするとは思ってたわ。
I wasn't sure, but I had a feeling.
でもその話は後で。ベリータ、お父さんは見つかったの？
We can talk about that later, Verita. Verita, did you see my father?
それは
Well,
あの遺体のことですよね。ブリアンさんが最後に見つけた胸を負傷していた遺体。
it was a corpse, wasn't it? The last one Mr. Bryan found had sustained multiple injuries to the chest.
胸を負傷？
Injuries to the chest.
大量の針で刺されたような傷だった。あなたも見覚えがあるはず。
It looked like he had been stabbed countless times with a bunch of needles. You've seen it for yourself.
フレアの静止スキルは使い手を無敵にするように見えて、実際はその逆で危険にさらしていたの。
The flare skill looks like it makes the user invincible, but actually quite the opposite, putting them in grave danger.
廃校の土ぼこりや滝の飛沫が空中に固定されると針のようになって人の体に刺さるから。
All the dust and spray from the waterfall were fixed in the air, forming needle-like obstacles.
なるほど。だからあんな傷が。
I see, that's where all the injuries came from.
でも助手さん、シェザーレドッグは安全に廃校を出たはずですよね。
But a sister girl, that Caesar Dos, got out of the abandoned mine unscathed.
銀行に入るためにステップを使ったとしても、外で使ったなら負傷する理由はないはずじゃ。
Even if he used the staff to get into the bank, he used it outside. There would be no reason for him to get hurt, no? It's raining.
そうですね。
True.
ベリータ、
Verita.
先生の言う通りだわ。部屋にいるのは間違いなく私のお父さんよ。
If this woman's claim is right, my father isn't there.
私、
I
最近は学校にも行けなくて、お父さんの看病ばかりしてるの。
haven't been going to school, nursing my father back to health instead.
お母さんも薬を買うために昼夜休まず働いてて、
Mom, she's been working nights just to pay for the medicine.
お母さん夜になって帰ってくると泣くのよ。だから私はいつも寝たふりをしてる。
when she comes home that night, she's always crying. So I just prefer to be asleep.
家族が必死で看病してるんだよ。そんなお父さんが偽物だってそんなわけないでしょ。
He works so hard to look after my father. There's no way that's not really him in there, is there?
私が看病してるのがお父さんを殺した犯人のはず。
It could be actually the man who murdered my father.
ベティ、
Betty,
だからそんな嘘はつかないで。
you can't lie to yourself anymore, okay?
嘘じゃないの。
I'm not lying.
ベリータ、お願い。
Betty, please.
確かにセザールドッグは廃校の外、銀行の近くでステップを使った。
I'm sure of it. Cesar does. He used that staff outside of the bank.
でも
But
問題
it's
は
the date
そ
that
の
forms
日
the
付。
problem.
ベティ、あの日は外でステップを使ってはいけない日だったの。
Betty, that day, it was one you shouldn't have used the staff outdoors.
あなたが言ってた
It was something you
そ
said.
の記憶が本当なら。
Got me sure. It was raining.
あの日は
That day,
雨が降ってた。
it was raining.
そうでしょ、ベティ。
Isn't that right, Betty?
雨が降っている状況でスキルを使えば空中で雨粒が静止して滝の前で使うのと同じ現象が起きる。
If you were to use that skill in the rain, all those raindrops would freeze in the air, creating the same situation as that waterfall.
欲に目がくらんだチェザーレドッグがそんな状況で走りでもしていたら
Cesar
ああなって当
Dos,
然なの。
Dos's eyes were blinded by greed. It makes the whole situation plausible.
わけもわからず致命傷を負ったドッグは銀行のすぐそばにブッチフェイロ家があるのを思い出した。
Then the fatally wounded Dos remembered that the Lucifero family residence was nearby the bank.
どこまで深く考えてたかはわからないけど彼には身を隠す場所が必要だった。
I don't know how far
この家へ向かったの。
I don't know how far he considered his options, but he needed a place to move his body. That's why he pulled himself this way.
ベティ、だから今部屋にいるその人は
The man, Betty, the man in that room.
ベリータ。
Verita,
どうしてそんな生き生きと話すの？
why do you sound excited by all this? Huh?
おかしいよ。普段私に興味なんてないくせに。
It's weird. You never show any interest in me.
何を言ってるの、ベティ。
What are you trying to say,
私は
Betty?
あなたを助けたくて。
I'm trying to help you.
助け。
Help? Yeah.
ねえ、ベリータ。私ね、あなたのことが大嫌いなの。
Verita, do you know what? I despise you.
だって、ベリータは他人に興味がないでしょ。
It just, you show absolutely no interest in me at all.
本当に大事なことは誰にも話さないし、他人が大事に思っていることについても聞こうとしない。
You don't talk about things that really matter. You don't ask about the things that other people think important.
話しかければ相槌は打つけど、自分から話しかけることはしない。何か用があるときは要件だけ短く伝えてくるでしょ。
When someone strikes up a conversation with you, you chime in, but you never start one yourself. It's only when something really urgent you speak. Even then, you keep it short.
用が済めばまた静かになってろくに喋らない。
Then, when business is wrapped up, you freeze up again.
だから私以外にベリータに話しかける人なんていないの。
That's why no one but me ever tries to talk with you.
あなたに他人と話す資格なんてないわ。
If you're gonna be like that, why even talk with others at all?
違うの。
It's not like that, Betty.
あなたみたいにつながりのある人が離れていくのが怖くて、それで
People like you, people I share a connection with. I'm scared of them leaving me.
バカ言わないでよ。つながってたことなんて一度もないわ。
We never shared a connection.
分かってないのはあなただけよ。あなたに友達なんていないってことを。
You're the only one who doesn't know. You have no friends.
やっと分かった？あなたが
I really think that. You of all people.
そっか。ごめん。私
I see. Sorry, I never got on.
私
Truly.
そんなに
I'm the absolute worst. Poor Verita.
こんなこと言うつもりじゃなかったのに。
I didn't mean it like that.
ごめんなさい。
Sorry,
Verita,
Verita.
私 ちょっと何するの？痛い。
Wait, what are you? That hurts.
先生。
Ma'am.
あ、ごめんなさい。ごめんなさいってば。 ちょ
Stop.
っとや
Sorry, I'm sorry. Wait up. Stop.
めて。
Ma'am.
先生、私はもう大丈夫ですから。
I'm okay now.
先生、やめてください。危ないです。危ないですってば。
Ma'am, stop. We're in dangerous territory now. This is too much.
なん
Haha.
なのこの状況。
What is this even?
幸い、少し気を失っただけで済みましたね。ベティも円満に収めたいって言ってくれて助かりました。
Thankfully, Betty just passed out for a second. Also, thankfully, we were able to reach an amicable agreement with her. Aren't you gonna notify anyone that they have a criminal there? Those?
多分、あれ以上殴られたくなかったからだとは思いますけど。
I think that might be because she didn't want to get beaten anymore.
先生、私の味方をしてくれて嬉しかったです。
Ma'am, it makes me happy you sided with me.
でも、ベティって本当はそんなに悪い子じゃないんですよ。
Betty isn't a bad
状
person.
況が状況ですから、怒るのだって自然なことです。
In that situation, it's a given she'll be angry at me. She'll get angry at me.
それに、ベティが私について言っていたことは全部本当のことでしたし。
Plus, everything she said about me is true. I...
助手さん、もっとしっかり捕まっててください。
That's just a girl. Hang on tighter.
あ、はい。
Okay.
どうですか？
How is it?
え、
What?
ちゃんとつながってますよ。
Sharing a proper connection with someone.
私とは。
With me.
一番最初に親とのつながりが切れて、
I cut off the first connection I had. The one with my parents.
友達も何気ないご近所付き合いも
I cut off the connections I shared with those around me.
切れて、
Friends and neighbors.
かすかに唯一残ったつながり、
So now I only have one left.
それが
This one.
これか。最悪だ。
Worst case scenario.
まったく。
or
何をし
taught.
ているんですか？
How do I voice this? What do you think you're doing?
救助信号を受けて来て
No.
みれば、なんで死体発見の通報なんかを？
I heard your SOS and came running. But why does it seem like you're reporting a body?
この件、ヘルベネスさんに言いつけますよ。
This is just getting to her business, isn't it?
ボータンか。すまない。
Bolton?
こんな
Right.
場所まで呼び出して。
Sorry to call you all this way.
すまないにも程があります。ほんと、あなたたち専任チームは仕事をややこしくするのが得意ですね。
You should be sorry. I don't know how to voice it yet. You have a knack for creating bothersome business in the Minor Affairs Division. No, that doesn't look
確か
right.
にな。
Yes, you're right.
何かあったんです。
So what is it?
何のことだ？
What do you mean?
自覚してないんですか？まるで幽霊に取りつかれたような顔をしていますよ。
You don't know how you look? Looks like you saw a ghost.
まさか見つけたんですか？ダビデを。
Don't tell me you really find it? The David?
いや、あれはおそらく何かが違う。
No, I think something's off.
強く引きつけながらも絶えず押し返してくるような。
There's a strong attraction there, but there's this constant pushing force as well.
おまけによりにもよって最も予測不能な人物が
On
深
top
く
of
絡
that,
んでしまっ
the
ている。
most unexpected person has deep ties to all this.
しかも
Actually,
二人だ。
two people.
お嬢さん、
No miss.
とても危うげに見えた。今にも粉々に砕け散ってしまい
The
そうな
whole
ほ
thing
ど。
seems dicey, like any moment it could shatter into pieces.
無視するのよベリータ。
Don't answer him, Verita.
絶対に返事しちゃダメ。
Don't do it. Don't answer him.
認めよう。お嬢さんの
admit,
言う
Your
と
words were correct, little miss.
傍観者でいるのが心地よくて、自分も死にかねないということを忘れてい
Though I've been standing at the sideline, so I could have died at any moment, I couldn't forget her.
た。やっと
I'm
思い
gonna
出した。
truly take that fact to heart.
私
as a
が
human
人間として生きているという
I'm a living being. It's on autoplay for some reason. So,
先延ばしにしていた目
so
標
I'm going to be chasing a certain goal I've been putting
本
off
気
for
で
a
追
while.
ってみようと思っているんだ。
はい、それは一体どういう。
Excuse me, out of the blue, what's this? Retro, dark side.
取引しないか、お嬢さん。
Don't you two want to make a deal? Loomis and good merchant? For my sake.
不死のステップを見つけてほしい。
Find the staff that grants eternal life. Immovable, clear.
Camilo Karlov.
Camilo Karlov.
おう。君は
You
誰
are.
だ？
損害賠償を請求させてもらおう。
I'm here to collect on the damages you owe us.
正当なファミ
Specifically,
リーの名のもと。
in the name of the family. Alright, we'll take a quick sneak peek at the next chapter. Act 3, Bran. I'll try to think about a voice for Votan, but yeah, we'll find something else. Find me the staff of eternal life. Oh, well, that'll be the intro for our next area, but we'll quick save here. And to figure that out next time. So what did I think about that case, chapter 2? Honestly, I think it was alright, a little bit predictable. In the back of my mind, I assumed that there was a twist, that it could have been a twist, that the person at Betty's house was not not her father, but didn't really want to think about it. But yes, and then I think the mystery was well done. Like, I didn't really think about when time was stopped. The particles in the air could have made injuries on you. It was a nicely pieced out red herring. So, one thing though about case 2 that I didn't mind, but we were in that one location basically the entire time. I know, like, we're in a cave and all, but it would be nice to explore around the cave, even if it's very dark and stuff. But we were just, there was only one area where there was Brian, Vasinio, Varing, and Verita, like area that was deeper in the cave. I think we have an image. But yeah, we were just in the scene the whole time for the past episode. Like, we were just right next to the water wheel, just talking it out the whole time, which is okay, but it's a bit. I wish there was a change in scenery, you know. But that's all right. We'll figure that out next time. Not like that case, but we'll see what chapter 3 is in store for us. See you next time.